Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. Today I have another exciting video. I did 10 Dollar Tree DIY farmhouse Christmas ornaments. I'm going to start with this Noel and Joy ornament. I am using some wood letters and numbers from Dollar Tree. I am using a 0 instead of an O. And I am using my hot glue to glue them together. But I am also using a skewer stick that I cut into pieces and glue them to the back. I am going to repeat the same steps. I'm using a 0 instead of an O, and for the E, I didn't have an E and I was going to use a 6, but I ended up using a 3 instead. And for the L, I didn't have an L, so I ended up cutting a T and make it look like an L. I am going to paint both of them with my apple barrel acrylic paint in white. And then I am going to distress Joy with a little bit of brown. I'm sorry, not Joy, Noel. For this next step, I use a little piece of fabric. I already had this. This is from Joann's. I use it in one of my previous DIY videos. But all I did was trace the 0 and cut it out. And then I am going to glue it. I did that to both Joy and Noel. I also added a piece of jute string so I can hang them, and I did this to all my ornaments. For all the fabric that I'm using, Dollar Tree does carry wrapping paper that is buffalo plaid, so you can use that instead. And the last thing I added were these jute string bows I made from jute string I got from Dollar Tree. And this is how my Joy and Noel turned out. I just love how they look. So farmhouse. My next ornament is this Be Merry little house. To make this little house, I used 3 of the jumbo popsicle sticks Dollar Tree carries. I cut them to make a little house, or the shape of a house. I used a glue gun to glue it together, but I also added some small little pieces to the back so it can hold more. For the back, I am using a piece of wood plank paper I got from Hobby Lobby. And I am going to trace the little house and cut it. To paint my little house, I am mixing brown and water. After the house was dry, I glued the piece of paper to the back. And with a tiny little brush and white acrylic paint, I wrote Be Merry. I then added this little mini wreath I had with a jute string bow at the top. You can make your own little mini wreaths by using a garland tie and then just trimming it so it's not that thick. And that is it. My next ornament were inspired by some I seen at Walmart. And I decided to make my own, and for this I use a floral wire. I got this from the floral section at Dollar Tree, and some jute string. And I also use these little straw things. I forgot what they're called, but I got these at the craft section at Dollar Tree. I am going to wrap the jute string around the wire. I put some hot glue here and there just so the string wouldn't move, and I did about 12 inches of wire. I am going to do 4 of these. To make these little swirly thingies, I don't know what they're called, but all I did was wrap them around my finger. I did that to the chenille and to the wire, and I just used 2 white and 2 of the wire ones. The red one you see here, I took it off and used a white instead. Now to cover the wire at the bottom, you can use some nautical rope, or I use one with a nautical run, and then I use one with a jute string. I personally like the jute string better since the nautical is like too thick. Now I'm going to make several little bows using this buffalo check or plaid ribbon. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was $1.99, but they were 50% off when I got it, and I paid $1, and all I did was added one of these little bows to them. And I just love how they turned out. You can use them on your tree or in a floral decor. For this next ornament, I use a piece of cardboard and I cut it into a circle. I then use this piece of buffalo plaid or plaid paper. I had this from a previous DIY, and I had this little small piece, so I just cut it to the size of the circle as well and just glue it to the cardboard using my glue gun. I then glue some nautical rope around the ornament. To decorate it, I just did a jute string bow and I added some of these leaves, and that is it. This was a very simple DIY. This next ornament is easy as well, and I used some old fabric that I got from Joann's. I got this last year and I had this little piece left over and I've been wanting to use it, but I didn't know in what. So what I did was I cut a piece of cardboard again, and I made this one a square this time, and then I just glued the piece of fabric on the cardboard using my glue gun. To decorate my ornament, I did a jute string bow, and I also used one of the snowflakes that I got from a pack from Dollar Tree. These two next present ornaments were very easy as well. I used a cardboard and made 2 small rectangles, and I used some of the wood plank paper to wrap them. And to decorate them, I used the jute string and the ribbon. These were very easy and simple to do. My favorite ornament is this Christmas tree and the candy cane. To make this ornament, I used a piece of cardboard and drew a Christmas tree and then cut it out. Then I'm going to use some of the jute string and just wrap it around the whole Christmas tree. I only glued it here and there so the string wouldn't move. The only thing I used to decorate my Christmas tree was this buffalo plaid bow I made out of that ribbon. For my candy cane ornament, I did the same thing I did with the Christmas tree. I used a piece of cardboard and drew a candy cane and cut it out. Then wrapped jute string around the candy cane. To decorate my ornament, I used a small piece of garland tie and this bow. For these 2 ornaments, I used a piece of cardboard and cut them into 2 circles. I'm going to use this fabric that I had from a previous DIY video where I did my reindeer and I had some left. So I cut 2 circles of the fabric and glue them to the board. I used my hot glue. And again, for this fabric, you can use wrapping paper instead that Dollar Tree carries. I've seen some people haul some placemats that are buffalo plaid or even scarves, so you can use those instead as well. I then cut a small piece of jute string. I'm going to use this as my hanger or to hang it. And then I am going to cut another piece of the fabric and glue it to the board. I'm going to go around it with the jute string. To decorate my ornament, I'm going to glue a snowflake, and I did a jute string bow and glued it on top of the snowflake. For my other ornament, I wanted to do something different, so I glued some of the jute string sideways. I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully the video can explain it how I did it. To decorate this ornament, I'm going to use another snowflake. I didn't record this, but I added a red bow and I glued some garland around it. And that is it. This completes my 10 DIY Christmas farmhouse ornament. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys like these cute ornaments. Please subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.